Hey, I found this video and it's about 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes, and I'm just going to show a little bit of it because it's kind of long and I get it long-winded on it. It's Democracy Now, and obviously I disagree with them on gun laws and probably on everything else. I mean, they they are not pro-freedom people. They are definitely pro-government, and they would like to have a large centralized government taking care of people from cradle to grave. And that's my opinion, of course. But I just found this little clip and I wanted to share it with you. She's interviewing a guy. He's a Republican at the Republican convention. I believe it was published yesterday, August 31st, by Democracy Now. So if you wanted to find it, you can just go to their website or to their YouTube channel and find it. But I was interested in what this guy had to say with her.
Happened with the killing of Trayvon Martin. Do you think stand your ground laws are threatened around the country?
Because of the killing of the stand your ground law with Trayvon Martin, gun sales are up to record numbers here in the state of Florida. One of them over here is a former state senator. He's in the audience here. I think he's here somewhere. He's probably in the back part. He's got the oldest gun shop in the United States of America.
So gun sales are up in a really big way too. It's amazing how much gun sales are up since the shooting of Trayvon. So if somebody ever wanted to figure out a way to make gun sales go up, well, they're certainly doing a good job, which means more people are carrying guns. This is good news.
Along with all of the gun owners and gun shows are going through record crowds, where we were averaging about 7,000 permits a month coming in. Once Trayvon Martin case hit, we're averaging between 11 and 12,500 permits.
So they were averaging about 7,000 permits a month. And that's a lot of permits for the state of Florida. You can imagine 7,000 new people carrying guns on the streets every month. But because of the Trayvon Martin case, it's gone up to somewhere between 11,000 to 12,500 permits a month. That's like more than 5,000 permits more a month just since this thing. So, what I have to say to the people, the anti-gun people, and all the people that are against the stand your ground and the carry permit and the right to carry laws, all I have to say is thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have done a wonderful job making it better in our society, safer. So many more people are carrying guns. Just think, at least 5,000 more people a month in the state of Florida. 5,000. Just think, that's like putting 5,000 cops, extra cops, on the road every month, just in one state. That is huge. And you can watch the crime rates just fall. Whew. And all these people that have carry permits, they're not having any problems. They're not getting arrested. Where are all the videos? Where are all the reports of people getting people with carry permits doing something wrong? It's just not. If you can find one or two, it's just very rare.
There's an increase in more women purchasing firearms, and there's more gun ranges opening in the state of Florida.
So more women, a lot more women. But do you think that this lady with Democracy Now is interested in what women want? No, they say they do. They say, yes, we're for women's rights. But you know what? What if a woman chooses to have a gun? What if a woman wants to have a gun? No. You can't do that. If you're with Democracy Now, they want to take away a woman's right to choose if it's a gun. Of course, they're going to support your right to choose abortion. In fact, they would prefer it. That's my opinion, of course. And it's just because of what I've heard from listening to all their videos and reading their comments in all the articles that I've read.
I know that to be true.
So you think this has led to something good?
Well, I think it's just what it's done here is He's put it in the limelight, it's put it up front, and it's put it forward. People can make their own decisions what they want to do. Now they're aware that there is a Second Amendment and they have a constitutional right. And if they choose to use that right, they can do so.
Did you hear him say that now they're aware that they have a Second Amendment right? So in other words, these extra 5,000 people a month have just become aware of their Second Amendment rights. All these people. Isn't that weird to imagine that people go through school, many of them even through college, and they never know that they have a right to bear arms, that it's a basic right, that it's right on par with the right to take a breath? I mean,
Importantly, they have to respect the law.
That was Bill Bunting, delegate to this year's Republican Convention, Second Amendment chair for the Republican Party of Florida. Ray Abela, you held a protest this week related to guns.
Well, that's right, Amy. Shockingly, the National Rifle Association hosted a shootout for Republican delegates just outside the Tampa City border, and we...
shockingly, I mean, she was shocked to think that they were shooting guns.
went there and held a vigil for victims of gun violence, from the innocent people who died in the massacre in the Aurora, Colorado movie theater recently.
What does all those things have to do with people shooting guns in a safe environment, in a protected environment? What in the world does that have to do with that?
Community, the New York City shootings, Trayvon Martin, Oscar Grant from California, where I'm from. This gun violence must end, and it's just a symbol, I think, of a society that praises war-otainment, like the new NBC show Stars Earn Stripes, and glorifies the military and the wars and occupations overseas. And we have to have stricter gun laws.
What does stricter gun laws have to do with wars overseas? Boy, that is about a stupid comment. And it's sad because she probably went to one of our finer colleges. But she doesn't understand that stricter gun laws have nothing to do with what our government decides to do to other people. Believe me when I tell you, the conservatives who are supporting the right to bear arms are not the same people who support the government to go out and kill people, innocent people. Believe me when I tell you that. None of us that I know of that support the right to bear arms support the government in the killing of innocent people. None of us. In fact, if it were up to me, I would follow Ron Paul's advice and bring them all home today. That's what I would do. If I were the president today, every single troop from everywhere all over the world would come right back. Right now, just as fast as we could get them here logistically and safely. Gone, out of there. And let the rest of the world figure it out. And stop sending all of our money all over the place. What in the heck are we doing sending money when we can't even take care of our own basic needs? When, you know what? Every penny that we send off to all these other countries is money that we borrow. We don't have the money to give. We're not being, you know what we're doing is we're reaching into our credit cards. We don't have a bank account with a bunch of money in it. We have a credit card and we borrow it and then we pay interest on it. So if we give somebody $1 million, we don't just pay back the $1 million. We got to pay back the $1 million plus interest for years and years and years. That's where all of our debt is. We're paying for people to sit around and do nothing. We're paying to manipulate markets and governments and people. It's crazy. And I don't understand how, these people don't see it. But apparently they're blind to it. They want more of it. They really like more government. Here it is. She's telling us that she doesn't like what the government's doing with the wars and stuff, but bring me more. Give me more. I want more. Give me some more Obama. Obama was the anti-war guy in 2008, and that's why he was popular. In fact, I would never vote for him, but I didn't vote for somebody else. So in a way, that was a offhanded support. I didn't vote for somebody else. So what's that tell you? He had the support of people because he was talking it was amazing that he was he actually was able to win over a lot of people because he was not the typical left winger. And everybody's thought there for a little bit that there was some hope. But now we know that the hope that there is the other direction. He's leading us. He says forward. In reality, it's backwards. He's leading us backwards. It's what's happening. We're going backwards. Things are getting worse. We've never seen them this bad. It's just the worst thing that we've ever had as far as an economy, and our rights are being trampled. All the things that he said he was going to do, he didn't do. And if he did them, it was under a lot of pressure by people like me and people like Ron Paul. That's why the troops came out of Iraq, because he promised it. How is he going to even run for re-election when he's got all these Ron Paul supporters out here saying, what happened to Iraq?
They keep killing our own civilians.
So she said that we're killing our own civilians because we don't have more restrictive gun laws. And like I said, the only people that abide by gun laws or even know that they exist are people who would never be a problem anyhow. The people that misuse guns don't really care about the law. It's just would be one thing that I would like to see some debate about. I'd like to see somebody argue that point and tell me that I'm wrong on that point. Anyhow, good talking to you guys. Have a good one.